Welcome to the show, ladies and gents. We're here. We talk about wrestling.
Charlotte beat me. I put you in a neck brace before. I have no problem doing it again.
You haven't seen it, honey. I was.
Oh, bitch! No, the fuck y'all did. So much balls. There's too much balls on that rash. Too many red balls. Look at all these balls. Look at this. Damn! Oh, Jesus! We are witnessing child abuse on TV, Lord. Oh, have mercy. Now, watch your mouth when you talking to me, ho. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You ain't getting nothing. You don't get nothing. You either earn it or you don't. You pasty bitch. That ain't how this works. Alrighty then. A lot has happened. Yes. We got a lot going on. Okay. The girls. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I want to get this last video posted because the girls, the Goldies, they won tonight. Okay. The girl, let's start off with the good news. Lita and Becky are now your new tag team champions. Okay. They have stolen these belts. Okay, they have stolen them from ripped them from their cold, dead hands. Trish came out there and helped them, and it was a real nice moment. Lita finally got another belt to add to her collection, and Becky can now call herself a Triple Crown champion. Yes? Okay, amazing. Everybody, hello to you all. Everybody that was here, first person that was here was Brandy. So hello to Brandy. Shout out to Brandy. Shout out to everybody who is here. Let's dive into it. Okay, like I said, the girls came and conquered. Okay, Becky and Lita are now your new tag team champions. Now I'm gonna say something, and some of y'all probably gonna get mad. Lita wasn't doing the greatest in this match, but she did enough to get us over the hump, okay? It was a real cute moment, okay? It was not a bad moment. It was real cruel. Okay? What else I gotta do? I gotta upload this damn, this video, child. Just hold tight, y'all. Just hold on for 2 seconds.
Damn right we take turns being wrong. I get real accountable when I'm alone. I get real about it all when I'm alone. It's so crazy missing you back it on. Now Julio made me Scorpio, and I might hit your phone up with that rock, missing my da-da-da, missing that
All right, y'all. So, like I said, Becky and Lita won the championships. It was not the greatest match I had seen, but it was a good enough match. Okay, Lita wasn't in here 100%. You know, she not gonna be her former self. She was a good piece of her former self. It was a lot of, not a lot of execution in that match, but I give Lita a pass. She was doing all the extra stuff back in the day. So now she like, look, I'm tired. I done lived my life. So I'm just going to go ahead and give y'all a little 1-2 kick, a little twist of fate. I might jump off the top rope, which she did do. And wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. They was able to go ahead and get them championships off of Damage Control. Now, What does this mean for Damage Control? I don't know. They losers at this point. Okay. In the words of Don, they are some losers. Okay. So I don't know where they're going to go with this. And at this point, I don't really care. I'm just glad the titles is off of them. And now we can see what they're going to do outside of these titles. I mean, you got to have somewhere to fight. You know, they more than likely will challenge Lita and Becky at WrestleMania, which, okay, fine, live your best life. I don't know what they're going to do, but at this point, I'm just glad these hoes ain't got the belts no more. They have no more power. They didn't really have no power to begin with, and it is what it is, okay? Now, let's talk about the next most exciting thing. Miz did what I told y'all he was going to do. He announced that he was the host of WrestleMania. I told y'all he was going to be the host. Okay, that was clear as day. That was one of the most blatant pieces of Monday Night Raw that was clear to all of us. Like, damn, okay, we know that, babes. We know you're going to be the host. It was very, very clear that was going to be the case, okay? Obviously. And then we got, child, we got these gems. Let me tell you. Seth came out there in his finest fox fur, okay? Now, I don't know if it was faux fur. I'm imagining it was faux fur. But he came out there in his finest fur, his good laced up leather paints, and his good dinner shoes, dancing his dance and his fur. I know there was some expensive glasses, dancing his dance and living his best life with no shirt on, which I can't stand. But he didn't have on a shirt on, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Now, Seth was out there serving, and Miz looked good, too. I'm not going to lie. I've always loved that Gucci monogram jacket that he has, and he always has really decent taste in his suits. They are always tailored to fit. They always look really good on him. So I never shit on Miz for how he dressed. Sometimes I'm not a fan of the suit, but most of the time, Miz give you something. He give you something. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, child. The good piece about this was what happened with Logan Paul. You see, Miz had Logan Paul's phone number in his phone. So Seth said, why don't you call him up so I can talk to him? Because he don't want to listen to nothing I got to say over the airwaves. So maybe if you call him, I could get in touch with him. Well, child, Miz refused. So Seth super kicked him in the face, then opened his eyeballs, unlocked the man's phone, and called Logan Paul after he threw the other chair out the ring and sat down, crossed his legs, and called the man. He said, yeah, can't get in touch with you any other day. I know you're upset, because your little brother got his ass knocked out last night. I know he is hurting, and I know you probably hurting for your brother, because he real upset about that loss. And that's why that face tight. Okay, that's why these lips is real tight. Okay, they're very taut, like a pair of taut pants. Yes? Yes, that's why his face looked like that, because he was talking about his little brother getting his ass whooped by Tyson Fury's little brother last night. Jake Paul lost to decision last night, and it was mainly because, from what I heard, Jake Paul was too busy trying to knock the man out instead of actually doing the art of boxing. Okay. Now, that is just what I heard from these ESPN, these ESPN streets. All right. Now, listen. Seth says, since you like coming in and taking out shit from behind and you like talking a lot of shit, why don't you bring your punk ass to Monday Night Raw next week in Boston? That way you can say whatever the fuck it is you got to say to my face next week. And Logan Paul's like, you talk a lot of shit, yo, but you know what? I'll be there next week. He said, great. And then he left us with this little internet gem. With this beautiful internet gem, honey.
Bye-bye, bitch.
I'm gonna play it again.
Bye-bye, bitch.
I don't care what nobody says. That is funny. That is hilarious. Okay? That's how he ended it. That's where he left it at. He was like, that's it. No longer needed. And then he curb stomped the shit out of Miz for the 4th time in the last 2 weeks. Child. Mess that poor man up. But two things we got out of this little segment. The Miz is the host of WrestleMania Hollywood, and Seth Rollins and Logan Paul will face each other in the ring next week. Now, I don't know if that's going to be a match. I highly doubt it. I definitely think it's going to be Seth and Logan Paul trading insults and blows, but I don't think it's going to turn into nothing. It may end up where they start, which is fine by me, but I don't think it's going to be like anything amazing. Okay. Now, what we also got in this little gem was Brock Lesnar coming out there superseding MVP's MVP Lounge. Now, I don't know where the fuck Omos was, but he was not there. And MVP was the only one there to go and talk to Brock Lesnar. Now, Brock Lesnar told MVP to sell him on the match, which MVP tried his best. But to be quite honest, I was bored by the conversation and the thought of Omos and Brock Lesnar even having being in the same vicinity and possibly wrestling each other, child. It makes no never mind to me. But it is what it is. Brock Lesnar then accepted and decided they needed to shake on it and have a toast. Now, MVP is more of a champagne man, whereas Brock Lesnar is more of a ew. Where Brock Lesnar is more of a moonshine kind of guy. He called it white lightning, but I know what fucking moonshine is, okay? And that man was drinking moonshine. Of course, it could have been water in the ring. But he drank it, and then he says, you go ahead and get some. And Brock Lesnar and MVP was like, I think I'm going to stick with the champagne. Thanks, though. Brock Lesnar was very much bully, and he was like, don't make me drink by myself. Gave him the damn flask. MVP took a big old swig and then spit that goddamn moonshine in Lego Goro's face. All hell broke loose then because this man tried to wipe his face off. Brock didn't want to hear that shit. So Brock then took his pocket square, wiped his face, and blew his nose in it, and then put the pocket square in MVP's coat jacket. Then picked the man up and F5'd him in his ring, on his show. Both of them incidents was disrespectful on the same level, child. And I'm just like, I said, all this COVID out here, you just spit. Oh, I felt some type of way about it, honey. But either way, Brock Lesnar and Omos's match has been set, and it will be Brock Lesnar versus Omos at WrestleMania. And quite frankly, I just don't care. Honey, I don't care about this match. I'm not going to watch it. You need to have a palate cleanser, and this is gonna be it because I am not watching this. I can give less than a damn. I can give less than a damn. Now, the show did open up with the Street Profits and the Bloodline. Now, the Bloodline came out there to let everybody know that nothing was going on in the family. Like, families fight, you know this. But my thing is this, I ain't never been kicked in my face. I ain't never been haluva kicked in my face, and my brother stood there and watched me get kicked in the face. That ain't never happened. I ain't never had nobody whoop my ass, and then my siblings just stood there while I got my ass whooped. So there's clearly some discord going on amongst y'all in the ranks of the bloodline. That ain't really none of my business, though. That's more of a situation of you got to figure that out for yourself, and I'm just gonna keep my ass up out of it. The Street Profits came down there and was being a menace, and dead ass was just teasing the fuck out of Jimmy and Solo, honey. They ended up eating their words though by suffering a loss to the bloodline, but Kevin Owens came out there in true Kevin Owens fashion and started whipping ass because the moment that them two goons tried to destroy Montez and Dawkins, who gave them a very good match, by the way, Kevin Owens came out there stuttering people and trying to hit them with chairs, and it was just a big whole lot of And now a match has been made for next Monday in Boston. That's going to be March 6th. Kevin Owens is going to take on Solo Sikoa next week in Boston. That's going to be interesting. I would imagine Sami Zayn is going to pop up and save Kevin Owens from a good ass beating, but we just going to have to wait and see how all of this plays out. Because, girl, it is quite messy over in the Bloodline ranks. Speaking of the Bloodline and messy, Cody Rhodes had a match tonight with Chad Gable, which was an interesting matchup, in my opinion. Very good on the wrestling front, though. Cody and Chad matched very well, wrestling-wise. Ring-wise, they did extremely well. However, Cody beat Chad fair and square. It was a clean match. And Cody then grabbed the microphone. And he says, Roman and I have yet to meet face to face. And I hear that the tribal chief is going to be on Friday Night SmackDown. And what a time to be alive, because so will I. So finally, Cody Rhodes, Pretty Cody, what they call him, is finally going to take his ass down yonder to Friday Night SmackDown, to Fox News, as they call it. He's going to Fox News. Yes? Amazing. We finally get to see the Royal Rumble winner and the current undisputed WWE Universal Champion, the dominant Roman Reigns, come face to face, eye to eye. Now, Pauline was talking to Kathy and was running off at the mouth, trying to spew this whole thing. And Kathy said, slow your fuck down. First of all, Cody didn't say nothing about confronting Roman. He just said he was going to be there. Now, if you don't know, what you don't know was a lie. Roman got a lot of shit to deal with, okay? Not only is his family in disarray and he has no idea where Jey Uso's loyalties lie, but he also has to contend with not one, not two, but three people who are trying to steal his championship from him and destroy the very fabric of the bloodline that he has painstakingly stitched together, stitch by stitch. And Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are not stopping. They are relentless. So Roman's under a lot of pressure, babe. It's about to be a lot of pressure. 33 days until WrestleMania. And Roman Reigns is under the most immense amount of pressure that he has ever had in his entire career, with the exception of the time he had to change. He had to defend the WWE Championship inside the Royal Rumble. Like, that was the only time I would feel like he had more pressure on his back. But this right here is a different kind of pressure. You are being attacked from every angle, even from within your own faction. They are trying to dismantle you piece by piece. And do you know why? Because I have been saying it for months. Empires fall. They always do. There are no exceptions. You cannot stop the inevitable. Roman Reigns has been at the top of the mountain for 3 years. And if you thought for a second that he was going to maintain that dominance on the top of the mountain, you are sorely mistaken. Everybody wants to have a piece of the champion, some way, somehow. And in this case, Roman Reigns has made so many enemies and he has done so many dastardly things that he now has created his own perfect storm. So now here we are, wondering and waiting how the trigger is going to be pulled to dismantle this family. Like I said, the damage has already been done with Sami. And all they're doing is just letting that crack continue to split all the way through that windshield. Pobrecito Roman. Pobrecito. Well, time to move on. Asuka had a match today. She had a match today with Carmella, who seems to be quite pissed that she is not in the conversation and keeps finding ways to put herself back in the conversation. I don't know why, but she keeps doing it. She lost in her match today against Carmella to the very same move that she lost to in Elimination Chamber. She had a decent match with Asuka. I'm not going to lie. They seem to have great chemistry. And one thing I will give Carmella credit for is that Carmella is a thinking wrestler. She's not always just about the moves and the flash and showmanship. Carmella is about not necessarily the technique, but more specifically about how can she counter and manipulate the match so that it works in her favor. And that's what makes her more dangerous than most wrestlers who are in the ring. It comes across as unassuming and unimposing, but she actually is a plausible threat because she counters more than she does her own moveset. And it's an interesting thing to watch her wrestle because if you don't give Carmella the respect that she has or that she deserves, however minimal you want to make it, she will then demand it in the ring. And the way that she does it is by surprising you with how well she can maintain that match. The flow of that match went through her, not through Asuka. And that's not no shade to Asuka. That just shows how well she's able to control it. She controls the flow of the match and she makes it her own despite the fact that you already know that woman is going to lose. She finds a way to show out either way. So that part I always give Carmella respect for. I'm not saying she's the greatest wrestler in the world because we all know that that's not true. But Carmella has a way of presenting herself in the match, in any match against any person, where she actually can match the person that she's with, but not with a lot of flashy moves or a lot of technical skill, but more specifically in the way she controls the match, how she manipulates that match, and then how she counters. It is all in the way she moves and how she thinks in a match. It's very interesting to watch when you take away your bias and you actually watch her. She's not a horrible wrestler. She's just not what we're used to in terms of technical style. So I can give Carmella her props when props are due. She did well. And Bianca came down there. Bianca was called out by Asuka and Chow. Bianca came out there serving in her full-on bodysuit with her clear heels and her stones in her hair and her black lipstick. Sis said, I'm giving you body, all day, every day, honey. It is not a game. It is not a game. And Asuka said, Bianca, come on out here. Now, Bianca said, listen, I hope you call me out here to tell me about how we going to tear the house down at WrestleMania. Because if you came out here to talk crazy, then I'm going to have to show you why they call me the EST of WWE. And you definitely can't spell WrestleMania without EST. And I was like, talk your shit. And then Carmella, like I said, on some thinking bullshit, pushed Asuka into Bianca and then stood there talking shit. When Bianca kind of recovered, she got her ass out the ring and basically was walking up the ring talking about, I'm the best, I'm the greatest. And this is where I have to say, Carmella, baby, calm your little ass down, honey. When you are the best, you have what proves you are the best, which is what in this particular place, the WWE Championship, whether it be women's or men's, you have neither. You have neither, babe. So calm your little ass down. You're going to get beat again next week unless Asuka come in the ring and spray Bianca in the face, which I'm assuming that's probably going to happen. She gonna come out there mixed in and think she gonna miss Carmella, and Carmella gonna end up getting the pin over Bianca. Now, if she don't, I will be glad, but I smell some bullshit brewing. And y'all know Triple H is always down for the shits. Okay? Hear me when I say it. Carmella then, like I said, went back there and requested a match against Bianca. I don't know why, but she did. And I guess she is going to be the little pawn to maintain this feud between Bianca and Asuka. But quite frankly, I feel like they don't need that. And they could just utilize that shit on their own. You feel me? But whatever works for them. If they want to do that, that's fine. Carmella's a good heel for people to hate on. She works in that realm pretty well. Let me go to y'all comments though. I wasn't really counting all of the times he got curb stomped, but okay. I mean, please, for the love of God, they better not put Carmella in this match at Mania. I hope not. I really hope not. I was thinking that too, but I don't think they'd be that damn stupid. Carmella's not needed. They did this once before, and a triple threat isn't needed for that match to be great. Let Bianca and Asuka do what they do best, which is wrestle. They did do a Titanic commercial, and it was cute. Montez and Bianca did one, and it was funny. Anyways, we had a couple more matches that were not announced. Johnny Gargano went up against Otis today. And let me tell y'all, child, Masay and Mansoor was out there cutting up. Them hoes had glitter and stones on their lip. Masay had his lip. Y'all ever seen the character? What's her name? Let me look it up. So Shigo is the character in Kim Possible that everybody was like in love with for whatever reason. And Shigo had that dark upper lip and that lighter lower lip, and that's how he had his lips painted today. I thought that was a fucking riot. He also had green stones or glitter on his mustache. His eyebrows had stones or glitter on them. Mansoor had a glitter gold soul patch under his lip. It was just so, they was so fucking extra. When they went in the back to talk to Otis, this motherfucker Bates put his whole foot up on the door frame and stood there talking to that man. While Maxine was talking to that man with his whole leg out. And I said, sir, I've been so uncomfortable. Anyway, Otis ended up suffering a double DDT from Johnny Gargano. What's his name? Help. Dexter came out there to help him. And it was a whole to do. But prior to that, you know, Johnny Gargano was in the Elimination Chamber match. And of course, Damian Priest was not a fan of Johnny Gargano. Now, I don't right off remember if Gargano eliminated Priest, but I believe that he did. But somebody else can confirm or deny it in the comments. However, prior to Gargano being interviewed and Judgment Day walking up, Judgment Day decided they wanted to talk about all the accomplishments they had, sans Damian Priest, because Damian Priest ain't did shit, ain't had shit going, and ain't gonna have nothing going into WrestleMania. Now, of course, Finn is very proud of himself attacking Edge and costing him the United States Championship. He made the proclaim that basically I'll decide when our feud is over. And at this point, we just tired of you. Like, I don't care what y'all do. I'm tired of this version of Finn Balor. I don't know what's going on with this, but this is not hitting. Your promos suck. In the ring, you good in the ring. You're never a problem in the ring, but your promos are terrible. Your character work is terrible. Fix it. Okay? I don't care about Dominic and his father and that bullshit promo he cut. I don't care how good it was or how bad it was. I'm sick of hearing him talk about his deadbeat dad, the teardrop, the bodies he got, the jail time. I'm sick of all that shit. I can't wait till WrestleMania so this shit can be over with because I'm tired. I don't want to see Rhea Ripley's dark fairy looking ass over there complaining and screaming and hollering about how she's gonna beat Charlotte Flair. Bitch, Walk it like you talk it. You had ample opportunity last Friday to knock that hoe out while she was in her Sunday best, and you stood there and let Dominic's pussy ass pull you out the ring. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't care about what you're talking about either. Until you say something or do something that's worth listening to or worth watching, you can kick rocks too, ho, because I'm tired. Now, as far as Damian Priest is concerned, he ain't got no traction going nowhere doing nothing. He has nothing. But next week, it seems that they have decided that Johnny Gargano was also a target for them. So it's going to be Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano. Amazing. Cool. Love it. Anyways, we move on. So, we had that match with Johnny and Otis. Like I said, Johnny beat him. Then we got this match. This was the first women's match of the night. Candice went up against Piper, and Candice had a little helper in Nikki Cross coming out there following her and stalking her. Now, Piper was focused on Candice the entire match, but she took her eye off Candice just for a hot second, and Nikki made it look like she was going to attack her and got thrown into the barricade. When Piper was out there talking shit and celebrating, Piper goes back in the ring and gets rolled up like a fruit roll up in the middle of the ring. She was ass up, face up, titties in the face, honey. It was not a game, okay? Piper's ass was up, okay? And she got pretty much rolled up and beat 1, 2, 3. That was it for Piper. Piper was pissed. Candice got her ass out that ring and ran all the way in the back, left Nikki ass laid out. She ain't get none of that, child. It was a whole lot of. Now, what we got in the back was some little side stuff, okay? Corbin did an interview, but they cut Corbin's ass off again. They didn't want to hear shit Corbin had to say, and quite frankly, I was glad. We also got to see Austin Theory bitching and moaning about how he's a champion and nobody cares about the fact that he beat all these people. Let me just pause on Theory for a minute. Hold on, child. This ice cream good, child. No, he didn't wear the shorts. Okay. So Austin Theory, to tell you the truth, and not even trying to pick on you being in kayfabe, the reason why nobody cares about you being champion is one, because your character is horrible. Like, your character is not worth hating. Like, you basically are a typical heel character. There's no real difference between you and, let's say, Dolph Ziggler as a heel. There's no real difference between you and him. Like, y'all just dress differently and y'all talk a little bit different. Other than that, like, y'all pretty much are a carbon copy of each other. The only difference is you got a little bit more weight on you, and your athleticism with his is equal, if not superior. I'll give you that. But there's not really much to you. There's no real levels of character work with you. So there's no reason to care about you being US champion. You maintaining your championship was an afterthought to Seth Rollins being curb stomped by Logan Paul in the ring. That should tell you something in itself. You winning the championship the way you did originally was because you fell on Seth Rollins to get the pin. And then prior to that, you fought with Bobby Lashley and got the pin and got the win because Lashley got disqualified on multiple occasions because he couldn't keep his goddamn attitude in check. And then we move into the various other title defenses you've had, to which you were cost the champion, where you regain that title through other means. Somebody always interferes on your behalf, or it's always to take out the other person for you to maintain the championship. And they don't even like you like that. They're literally just costing the other person the title simply because they hate them more than they hate you. You're an afterthought to just about all the storylines that have occurred when that US title is around your waist. You don't do shit for that title. Nothing. That title is irrelevant. The longer that you have it, the more people don't care to see it. and I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm just telling you the truth. When's the last time you cared about Theory having the United States Championship? I'll wait. Y'all can tell me in the comments if you actually cared about Theory being the champion once he got the belt. Y'all tell me in the comments, for real. I'm for real. Did y'all care about Theory being the U.S. champion? Let's see. I never really cared at all. I don't care about Austin Theory altogether. I didn't see much, but I'm glad Lita getting her flowers. What happened with Theory? Nothing happened with him. I asked if anybody cared that Austin Theory became the United States Championship for like the third time, I believe it is. I wanted to know if anybody cared that he was U.S. champion. That's what I asked. KB said he don't know who that man is. I mean, real talk, do anybody really care that he's the U.S. champ? Because right now, him having that title is very irrelevant. Like I said, the proof is in the pudding at Elimination Chamber. Nobody talked about the fact that Austin Theory won the championship in the chamber. Everybody was talking about how how Logan Paul curb stomped Seth Rollins. So I'm just trying to understand. It's a no for Kayla. Not Gary. The coach said Triple H needs to let him go, babes. You didn't care either? You didn't care? I'm just telling you the facts, and that's not even everybody. And I'm sure there are plenty of Theory fans, which is fine. But I'm just saying, like, Seth don't have the title, and he's still more over and relevant than your United States champion, the only singles male champion on your show. You want to do something crazy? You want to make sure that title is relevant? Put that shit back on Seth Rollins and have him defend it against Logan Paul and let him beat Logan Paul at WrestleMania. And keep the U.S. championship. Austin got to go and drop that too. He got to drop that title to somebody worth it. I mean, even when Bobby had it, it had some relevancy, and I don't even fuck with Bobby Lashley. I'm just saying. Now, next week, Austin Theory made it a point to bring up John Cena, of course, because John Cena is going to be in his hometown of Boston next week. WWE real petty though, because they had the moniker set up to where it had the Sasha Banks letters talking about you can bank on that and shit. I said, ooh, y'all know y'all petty. Y'all know y'all petty. They was being real petty. They was being real petty with that commercial. But John Cena's supposed to be there next week. Next week is the 6th. And Johnny Boy's supposed to show up. And Theory claimed he got a little conversation or surprise he gonna have with Johnny Boy. At this point, do whatever you want, because right now your island of relevancy is real small. It's real small. I just be telling you just like this.
Bye-bye, bitch. Bye-bye.
Shout out to We Love Wrestling because he captured that clip and got that We Love Wrestling mark on there real quick, like. But anyways, Raw was a cute show. Becky and Lita are champions. Shout out to Trish for holding the girls down and showing up this week. Oh my God. She was supposed to be there when they was in Toronto, but it didn't pan out. Sorry about that. I had the wrong picture, child. But shout out to them for giving Lita and Becky those championships. We're going to see how all of this is going to play out. Tomorrow, you got a pretty big show for NXT. But hold tight, y'all. Let me get the graphics up.
Damn right we take turns being wrong. I get real accountable when I'm alone. I get real about it all when I'm alone. It's so crazy missing you. I get on. Now Julio made me Fulvio. And I might hit your phone up with that bye-bye. Missing my da-da-da. Missing that all of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these kisses and hugs and toxic. You a damn drug. Toxic. If you don't wanna see me.
Mind your business. Y'all see my hair ain't done. Anyways, like I said, it has been confirmed that Cody Rhodes will make an appearance this Friday on Friday Night SmackDown. He is going to be there. We finally get to see a little rummaging, a little shake up. A little, just a little bit of a little razzle dazzle Roman Reigns, okay? Just a little bit. He gonna come out there starting with John. John gonna be put a whooping on him. I don't know. John might get beat up. He might get beat up. Might get that A-Town down shit going. I don't know. It really don't matter to me. Do whatever you want. Cause I'm be honest, that match probably gonna be a bathroom break for me too, and that breaks my heart to say that because I love John Cena. I truly, truly do. But I can't imagine that match being any more than what it is. Which is a mountain for Austin Theory to climb. I mean, John Cena was like his childhood hero. So him getting to wrestle him probably means a lot to him. Unfortunately, it don't mean nothing to us, baby. Anyways, tomorrow you got a couple matches. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, it will not upload everything. Because I went and got all of the matches. Okay? Hold tight. Let me see. No. Okay, I fixed it. Sorry if the sound backfired on me. I apologize. I apologize. All right, so Wesley is going to have another North American Championship Open Challenge. I mean, Wesley enjoys a good open challenge. He likes being that type of champion, so good for him. Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of open challenges, but it always sparks something different when they do an open challenge. So we'll see how it all plays out. Um, Carmelo Hayes and Tyler Bate are gonna go at it. This probably is gonna be a very good match. They gonna knock. This match gonna knock. Okay. Tyler Bate's one of the best to ever do it. And you know Carmelo Hayes is that dude. Okay. Indu Shear is gonna be going up against Briggs and Jensen. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't expect much out of this match. When Indu Shear are in the match, they don't really give off wrestling vibes to me. They're massive men, and usually they don't coordinate well in matches with people. Like their match with the Creed brothers wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, and it was mainly on them. They're very slow and stoic, even with the slowing down of the match and making the match being more of a power game between the two teams. Like that it's not fun to watch Indu Shear, if that makes sense. I'm not shitting on them. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but they seem like they're almost too big for the fucking ring, and it's just not fun to watch them wrestle. Hopefully, with Briggs and Jensen kind of matching them height for height and a little on the weight side, maybe that'll make the match between them a little bit better. But Indu Shear don't really do nothing for me as a squad. I don't really like them as a tag team, and I could care less about them being in NXT, quite frankly. Electra Lopez is gonna be matching up with Soul Ruka, our girl with the Soul Snatcher. Okay, I hope she pull this move out on Electra Lopez because I can't stand Electra Lopez, and I would live to see that bitch get her soul snatched, and not in a good way. Anyways, Zoe Stark has decided she wanted to take on Queen Miko tomorrow. This probably will be the show closer. This probably will be your main event. She gonna be taking on Queen Miko tomorrow. That's definitely a match that you must see because Miko Satomura in any match, especially with somebody like Zoe, who's more along the lines of, I would say, a kickboxing, technological style wrestler. That match is gonna knock. I don't care what nobody says. Zoe Stark may not be your favorite person, but that girl can wrestle all day long. Anybody she's in the ring with, they instantly look better, and she always looks good in the ring. There's rarely a time where she's fucking up or looks bad. So I definitely will keep an eye out for this match. And Gigi, for some reason, is having her solo moment next week. And I'm pretty sure JC is going to be somewhere lurking to take y'all good sis out. More than likely, Shawnee Boy is going to have a few matches set up for Roadblock, which is supposed to happen in a week or so. Gigi Dolan and JC Jane are probably going to have a one-on-one match with each other. Brian Breaker obviously is going to be wrestling somebody. I don't know. Roxanne is going to be going up against Miko Satomura at Roadblock. It's a lot going on, but a lot of things have not been placed for Roadblock as of yet. But we'll have to wait and see how it's all going to play out. And we also know that Grayson Waller is going to be showing up at Roadblock as well to have the Waller Effect. And his guest for that show is going to be none other than your NXT GM, Shawn of the Michaels. Okay. So we got a lot going on for NXT tomorrow. I was cool with saying about himself. I don't like them as a pair. I just don't like the way they wrestle. To me, they seem really clunky in the ring. There's no cohesiveness between the two of them. And then it makes the whole match be thrown off between their opponents as well. I'm just not a fan of it. So I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they've cleaned up and tightened up. But I know for a fact that what I saw from them a few weeks back against the Creed brothers, it wasn't fun. Now, Gallus has called out Pretty Deadly because last week, Pretty Deadly had some antics with the cake celebrating their anniversary as tag team champions, I guess. As they attacked the people who brought the cake out, Pretty Deadly came out there there and attack them. And Gallus got some choice words for Pretty Deadly, and I'm pretty sure Pretty Deadly has an answer to them. More than likely, Pretty Deadly and Gallus will battle it out for those tag team titles at Roadblock. Now, Friday Night SmackDown is shaping up like I said before. Cody Rhodes has vowed that he is going to be on SmackDown Friday on Fox News, okay? And we also know that the King of the Mountain, Roman Reigns, is going to be there on Friday as well. Now, one thing I didn't mention was Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt decided to show up on Monday Night Raw, but in his own true fashion, he decided to make fun of him. Y'all got to see the clip, because basically what he did was very similar to the way he went after John Cena during their rivalry when John Cena had that cinematography or that cinegraphic match, I believe I want to call it. If I'm saying it wrong, please forgive me. Sometimes the brain does not work. Him and Cena had that cinema style match, and that was the character he used, the workout character he used to torment Bobby Lashley. And it was just in a cute, fun, campy way, and it was funny to me. A lot of people didn't know how to react to it, and that's generally the reaction that Bray Wyatt receives often. However, I think Bray Wyatt's got to go a little bit more sinister to fuck with Bobby Lashley. But we got 33 days, so he got a lot of time to plan it out and figure it out. We will just have to wait and see. And that is your recap, okay? I will give Grayson a mystery opponent, and it will be Dragon Lee as a surprise to humble Grayson. Okay, whatever works for you. Me personally, it really doesn't matter to me what they do with Grayson Waller. Oh yeah, the Hall of Fame. What's that? Oh, cheese fries. I'm gonna get some of the extras. Thank y'all. Damn, we don't know who in the Hall of Fame. Oh, good. You wrong as hell.
What?
I'm gonna go down there and make cheese fries. No, my friends don't want some. What the fuck is Hunter doing, babies? I don't know. I forgot all about the Hall of Fame. Is he gonna announce it the day of? It seems like he is. Okay, I'm done. I promise you. I share my ice cream with you, but you're lucky. You ain't got no pills. Baby, I don't know what he doing. I'm just watching like the rest of y'all. But I don't know, honey. I know it's weird though. Cause we at least have one name announced by now. If not like half the class, right? I wouldn't be surprised if he was. I mean, he declined to be entered into the Hall of Fame. I think it was last year. Him being the one to headline this year makes sense. He is a Hollywood star and a big one at that. At the rate he going, if he keep going with the movie selections that he made, he definitely gonna be a bigger star than The Rock. He already a better actor.
Oh, Batista?
Yeah. Batista is an amazing actor.
Yeah.
And he has so much range. And he's such a nice guy.
He's still pushing for what's name hard.
With that rom-com?
No, not the rom-com. Him playing Marcus if they ever do a Gears of War movie.
I thought he got that part.
If he did, I haven't heard nothing about it.
He's greasy, babe. What party is here?
I can't remember what Grace Idea. I just trying to get him fried.
Pork chop grease?
I think so.
Why didn't you just put him in the convection oven?
I didn't feel like waiting that long.
Anyways, child. That actually was good. That's all I got. And I ain't got no. Is he in the Hall of Fame yet? Nope. Nope, he is not. But it would make sense if they enter him in the Hall of Fame this year too. But I would do Batista. I would do Batista over John Cena. I would not induct them at the same time either. Okay, I'm done. I promise. I would definitely induct Batista over John Cena. And he's earned the right to be inducted without being overshadowed by John Cena. No shade. But keep it fucking real, okay? All right, y'all. I've been out here for an hour. I explained everything. I talked for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and lay down because I got some stuff I got to do tomorrow. And I really want to get it done tomorrow. So I will make sure I come back tomorrow and I will talk. As long as y'all need me to talk tomorrow, we're going to have a conversation about the Hall of Fame again tomorrow. I might get with the girls and talk about that on the podcast as well, because we definitely need to. Speaking of the podcast, listen, the podcast currently has 2 episodes up, okay? We got one where we just shooting the shit, when we just chilling, okay? And then there's another one where we discuss Sami Zayn winning the at Elimination Chamber and becoming the champion. How that would play out, how would it look? We also mentioned Gunther winning at the Royal Rumble and how that might have been another route that WWE could have went in. They went the safest route and stuck with Roman Reigns, but to me, in my opinion, in order for a buyer to really be interested in your company, they need to see it in all aspects. And I think they need to see how you take risks and what you do instead of just playing it safe and showing them safe shit, right? At least that's just me personally. So go ahead and go check out the 2 podcasts that are up currently right now. All of our new subscribers on Spotify, thank you so much. We got like 100 plus new subscribers on Spotify, which is really fucking cool. I was so surprised. I showed the girls the podcast and how it's growing. We're growing every day with new plays. Our demographic is growing. We appreciate every single one of y'all who listen to us, and we're going to continue to pump that podcast out. I think later on in the year our anniversary will be 4 years. We'll be doing this. That is a great thing. But anyways, we got that going. And of course, if you guys want your regular mess, if you want your regular mess, like your blog conversation, your what else did I do? The 8th okay. Well, you want your blog conversation about the news, the stuff in the blogs. You want your convos about Am I the Asshole, Petty Revenge, Bridezilla's, the whole 9. The KTT podcast is up where we can have those conversations. We also talk about music and video games and all kinds of stuff over there, and anything that's plaguing me and getting on my nerves. I also make a podcast about that as well. So y'all go on over there and listen to the new stuff that's coming up tomorrow and Thursday. Those are the days that I usually post for the podcast, Tuesdays and Thursdays. With all that being said, thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed my Monday Night Raw after show, and I will see you guys tomorrow after NXT. Bye.